foreign minister or someone assigned at the United States, but at the UN, I mean. Unfortunately, will not sit and be used to throw jabs at the United States government. The United States government is a traditional friend to the Republic of Liberia. You go here when you come down, what you say, and the government that comes to power has to do business with the United States of America. They are very good friends of ours. So an action taken by the United States government against a single individual, let's say Reno Civil, let me be specific, to think that you will use our institution to fight back and throw jabs at the United States government, we're not ready for that battle.
You seem
you
scared.
Can fight your own battle.
You seem scared. Your government adopted all this fear tactic with the U.S. Everything the U.S. wanted you give, yet they still sanctioned some of your officials. This whole friendship seemed to have been one-sided.
I will say this to you. On record, in your studio and all of your studio, just research. I disagree with the sanctions on officials of CDC. I've said that publicly, and let me reiterate that. I've publicly disagreed with that. I think some of the allegations against some of the people like Jefferson Koji, for example, human rights abuses, is not truthful. They should do more research on that. I've been public about that. I've disagreed with Lena Thomas Greenfield when she placed her conversation into the issue of the city parking when they were charging Liberians all over the place when Mary Brown was city mayor. I publicly disagree with. You can research that. I've disagreed with the United States, even when the other guy called our government, what he used, the American
Chris Smith.
I went publicly condemning him. Okay, I know my responsibility when I was sitting lawmaker. So it's not about fear. Okay, I'm saying the truth. I'm not saying that the sanctions against them are right. I would never say that. But I am saying to you is that you will not use us to fight your personal battle or trying to throw jabs at the United States government. Okay, one point in time he says that the president, people who stood for him, friends who fought for him, read the conversation. He said friends who fought for him, the president isolated them, then he comes back to say that the president only appointed friends to lucrative position. There are two contradictions. I collected that in your statement. He said,
somewhere, it is there.
Yeah, somewhere. Two errors he made that statement about. He said the president value He said the president value recycled politicians in the government more than those he called friends who were determined to serve his government. He said that. Then he comes back to say, contend, that was concern when I read contend. He said, only personal friends of the president were favored for lucrative jobs. Well, Judas, you are a sound person. If the president will do away with his friends, he cannot give them job. Those who fought for him, those who stood with him in the vanguard. But you come back again in your sin right up. Probably those people were intoxicated. Maybe maybe you were legally intoxicated. Yeah. Maybe you were legally intoxicated or politically intoxicated. I think he just wanted to prove a point on a particular day, in my mind. But that intoxication was not good for him. He's my big brother. He's my friend. I love him. And I don't think this way is going to leave the CDC. And I don't wish for him to leave the CDC. Yes, I don't think he's going to leave, and I don't wish for him to leave the CDC.
Now, he also talked about the predispositions of the president, his hobbies and all of that, singing, dancing, how it was embarrassing, it was disgraceful, and in fact, he was even considering changing his nationality because it is something internationally he just couldn't deal with.
Julius, then I come back again. Before President William became President of the Republic of Liberia, he sang, he danced, he played soccer. It's part of his habit. You saw that, you supported him to be president, you voted for him. He came to the presidency and gave you 3 different positions. He was still thinking. He was still playing football. He didn't forget about his root. Oh yes, music. It helps to de-stress some people. Judas, I see you sometimes. I see you sometimes. You take your road trip. Sometimes you play your music. People get different way of de-stressing themselves. Different way. It didn't stop.
But you cannot perpetually do it publicly. Like seeing the president in Ghana playing street football and all that kind of stuff, not even in his own country.
No.
The former president, right?
The former president. That is good. It's good. It's good. I encourage it. In fact, I was in Ghana. You know, I left from Ghana, I think, a week or two ago. Yeah, I was in Ghana.
Yeah, okay, yeah, when you went for your work.
Yeah, but listen, you know what? Those are all professional players of Ghana. And 1 or 2 countries, some of them come from Togo, even Adebayo and all the guys. That's their root. That's where they play. That's where they grew up. So they feel excited, especially one of them have become president, to be among them. And President Weah is giving a statement inspiring young Africans, not just Ghanaians. This is where we play. In this mode we play. This is where we grew up. This is where I've come back to my root after the presidency. Their presidents, people were president in the United States of America, they couldn't drive their own car. They couldn't go play basketball, for example. They couldn't sing, for example. After the presidency, they go back for these recreations. So, but what is of interest is that how would Sereno be ashamed to change his nationality when, in fact, he saw all of that while the man was president? You still voted for him in 2023. You didn't castigate him. You still defended him in the public glare. You campaign for him. I got to get some of the campaign pages to show them to you. Okay, but at the end of the day, for you to come out, look, these are inherent contradictions. That's why I say probably the councillor was politically or legally intoxicated.
Talking about the whole issue of the playing of football. This is what the information minister said the other day about former President Weah. He said, let me bring it quickly. I want to quote verbatim. I will call you back, Council. I will call you back, Councillor Sereno Sifas. Let me get through with him. I will call you back. I just want to bring something out. Okay, he said, people say George Weah as Samuel Doe's son. But the day the government was reburying Doe, Weah was in Ghana playing street football.
You know,
terrible. How could Weah allegedly do that? How will he be playing allegedly playing football?
You are a journalist, so you could do your work better. But let me say this to you. You know, the Ministry of Information have been insulting the former president a lot. In fact, sometimes you try to correct them. Joseph Boyka want us to be insulting him? Is that what you want? Because when Boyka went Grand G that you didn't see what happened with him. He couldn't even wake up from his own chair. He was sleeping. Intoxicated with palm.
No, sir. We don't.
He was drinking palm that day.
No, we don't.
No, the day of Samuel Doe, he was drinking palm.
How you know?
How I know?
Yeah.
Why you telling me? We got security who left us and around the president was drinking palm.
Okay, I
believe that we are. So you believe
it was something that was publicly.
No. I'm just saying to you.
First of all, let us establish. Was the former president in the country at the time, or
he wasn't in the country?
Where was he?
Joseph Boyka drinking palm and going to the
No.
program? Yes.
Let us deal with what the issue is.
No, but that is
the issue is was he in Ghana playing at the time, or he was somewhere else?
Let me say this to you, President Weah was in Ghana. It's a public record. Okay, for him to say the day that they had a program or whatsoever with this contradiction. But I know the day Joseph Boyka was going, Joseph Boyka was intoxicated with palm.
But we don't want to have that on this microphone because one, you don't have the evidence. If you had the evidence, we'll say yeah. Two, we ourselves don't have that evidence.
Do you have evidence that on the day they were burying, they were doing the reburial?
And so this is what I am asking you.
No, I know you needed to ask the information minister. When you finish asking, you can't ask.
No. I'm having you in studio, so I'm asking you something that was said
against. I saw it on your page, but guess what? I was taking a bag. You know why I was taking a bag?
Why?
Because naturally, when these things come from the CDC, you will not put it on your page.
How you say where it come from?
Let me repeat with all due respect to you. Mm-hmm. When these things come from the CDC, you will not put it on your page. But can you put it on your page now that President Boyka was in his lethargy drinking palm and going to Grand Gide County for the information minister to make clarity?
And that is the issue because you don't have the evidence.
He doesn't. They didn't bring the evidence to you. They didn't give you evidence.
And so it is your response now.
My response is clear. That President Boyka was in his lesser car drinking palm and going, and he couldn't even wake up from the place. He couldn't conclude the program.
Let's move on.
Yeah, that's my response.
Let's
I hope you put it on your page so the information minister.
No. I don't think I
do you think
I want to
that the information minister gave you evidence?
No, I don't think I want
No,
to put
Judah,
that
did he
there.
give you evidence? For me, you err. I disagree with you on that point.
No, but that's a choice.
No, yeah, I
that's no
disagree
problem.
with you.
Yeah, that's
so
no problem.
While Boyka were in here, let's all drinking palm wine and sleeping at the
again,
program.
sir, let us
Okay,
let us leave the drinking palm wine business.
But that palm wine,
no, but there is no.
I'm not the first person.
No, there is no evidence to that.
Wait,
let us just
evidence.
leave
You
it.
know what?
Yeah, that is
that
is the presidency. I would not want.
But there's the former president who discussing Judas chair. You want to open a Pandora box?
But no, playing football.
He was specific. No, he was specific. He said, the meaning manner. No, Judas, you're a student of literature. Stop that. You one of the smartest John. I got a lot of respect for you. Let me be frank with you. He spoke. No, excuse me. He spoke sarcastically, which you know of.
So are you by parity of that reasoning trying to invent something?
No,
that really didn't happen.
I'm not inventing. I am telling you, you don't know Boyka. I'm a former top-notch political actor in the legislature. I have friends in the EPS and other people who will tell me that they have to wake President Boyka or why drinking power all of the time.
Let's make progress. Yeah. This government on this day in 2019, I have written a piece about the CDC government on this day as well, which is exactly the same period when you came to power and all of that. In terms of performance, a whole lot of the stalwarts are claiming that they've done by far better than your CDC government did by this time in 2019, whether it is road development, whether it is the issues of governance, whether it's the fight against corruption and all of that. How do you respond to that?
Judas, the records are public. The records are public. The finance minister on 2 separate occasions have admitted, which I respect him for the gains made by the CDC-led administration, and those are the gains they are building on. The Minister of Finance on 2 separate occasions. I'm not talking about the politicians who are running around who are now technocrats. The President of the Republic of Liberia in the State of the Nation address, speaking about his arrest agenda, he said the arrest agenda is built on the foundation of the proper agenda. What contradiction is there? There's no contradiction. But now we have signature projects. What is this government signature project in terms of physical signature projects? The Doe community became a signature project. You all saw what we did in the Doe community era. The 14 military hospital, for example, you saw what we did. We declared free tuition for public schools, universities. We did that. The WAS fees, for example, we didn't wait. Show me the government project beside the police boot that they built or broke down. In fact, the last time you were trying to say something about it. Show me the signature project. All of the things they are doing are something that they made there, which is good because it's government of continuity and must respect. But they don't respect the concept of government of continuity. They are acting as if to say they did the negotiation, they did the ratification, they started the construction, or they took it to 40, 50, 60, 70, or 80, or 90%. Okay? Even the EAWA cycle we have down there, it's not them. Okay. Even the school they want to dedicate in Bon County, it's not them. The fact check just contradicted them under the administration. So I'm just saying to you, it's not a strong argument by this administration. The greatest success by this administration, I will tell you, is the source of hardship upon the Liberian people.
Is the source of hardship upon the Liberian people. Let's take few calls. Let's take few calls. Time.
You can wait for 10 minutes.
No, but
the other people are 5 minutes again. No problem.
But time flies when you are having fun. Next week we can still bring you to go deeper into the governance issues. Next week. Next week. Yeah, next week, please.
Every day next week.
Yeah, next week, please. Let's take Councillor Sifas. Councillor, you listen to former Representative Gray. What do you have to say? Were you politically or legally intoxicated to make the claims you made? He's saying that you were paradoxical, you were contradictory, you were quite diametrical in some of the things you said.
Thank you very much. I like him. I like his opinion because Article 15B of the 1986 Constitution gives Liberian citizens the right to hold an opinion separate and distinct from the opinion of others. So, no matter how inflammatory it may seem, I don't have any qualm with that. That's his opinion. But to a large extent, let me see, the two votes I was making reference to were votes not against the United States, was against the China, were taken on behalf of France. Check the record. Twice. And Africa voted against France in that one that had to do with the wheel in China. It was not the United States. So I think my little brother and friend made a mistake. But beyond that, this government, unlike ours, has shown demonstrably a sound character in international relations. In our case, no. There are other positive things that we did, but we didn't follow up on that. For example, the RIRO, which has been built for the last 5 years, they have not even gone in about 20 kilometers yet. In our case, it started, and 5 years on, the referendum I made reference to, a very good idea, it was not followed through. The PAPD, right? Very good political concept. There was no political office because we didn't have the ingenuity to be able to determine what actually needed to be done. We needed to have a political office. It's the same problem with the unity party government. So, for example, if I say I will not criticize the arrest agenda, even though it remains idealistic, you know, it remains on paper, and I was vociferously, you know, promoted, but you didn't see any tangible result. How am I going to criticize?
He has also said, with all these claims you've made about the former government and the former president, you still went out campaign for him in 2023, voted for him in 2023.
No, listen,
so what has changed now?
Okay, listen to the Julius. The CDC is not a political party. The CDC is not a mass movement. The CDC is a way of life. Liberians live the CDC. So it become a political pedestal for youth empowerment. So that model, that political model was abused. Now, in George Orwell Animals Farm.
No, but sir, the two campaign for and vote for WIA in 2023, even after you resigned from government.
I said the CDC is a way of life.
No, sir. I'm not asking about CDC now. I'm asking.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
great. So what has changed now? Because even after you left the government, you realized all of these things. You still went out, voted for him, campaigned for.
After I left the government, these views were quietly expressed in hope that in subsequent time, when the president take a back seat, for example, after leaving power, will do a sober reflection to be able to calculate perfectly to be able to come by if he so desires.
Yeah, but then
you saw the president in the street dancing. I mean, what is that?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But I'm just because he was still dancing up to the campaign time, but you went and still campaigned and voted. Yeah,
including Julia.
Yeah.
There's a war between determined friends and friends.
Okay.
You see, I said friends who are very determined to serve the government. They are different from friends. So the word determined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so kindly, sir. Let's take a few others. Time is already out of our hands. Welcome. Let's hear you. Melvin C. first. You are the youth league chair of the Unity Party. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius. And let me say good afternoon to your studio guests. And I phoned in from the compound of the National Transit Authority. I was just trying to wrap up and listening to the show. You know, I listened to former Representative Gray, listening some of the tangible projects on the CDC town and I thought that he forgot some of them. Town during the CDC administration, we have broken down his 9th Street residence and were reconstructing it. Town during the CDC administration, we have completed the construction of his.
Melvin?
Yeah, Chief.
Others have accused. I got to ask you a question.
Yeah, I'm not.
Others have accused the current president of also redoing his house. They have refashioned it. The fence has gone up. They have blocked the roads, and all those accusations have come in too. Is it true that they have reconditioned the current president, whom since he became president?
Julius, in addition to these two, the 49 units that were built in seminary, and the rehab resident that was broken down, the resident of President Weah was reconditioned because of security reasons, and some of these reasons still exist because the JFB is president of the Republic of Liberia.
Oh,
so
okay.
These are tangible things that the CDC did. I just want you to remember that.
Okay, thanks. No, we don't have enough time. I'll take other people now. Thanks so kindly. You've made your point. Let's squeeze in this one as well. You have just under 1 minute. Let's hear you. Benedict Coluba, you back in the country?
Yes, I'm back in the country. Yeah, Julius, thank you. You know, Honorable Gray, I was one of the person who felt we shouldn't respond or dignify Councillor Cephas. But I think you did well by coming out because he closed his contradiction by saying to you, CDC is a way of life. So it means he cannot do away with CDC. So
but even if he cannot do away with CDC, he is making a point that you all have a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of issues. You need to work on yourselves.
No, if you listen to it, he didn't report anything that the Honorable Gray said. But let me just point out something. He talked about the PAPD. Here is a man who was on pillar 2 of the PAPD. He was deputy minister at the Ministry of Agriculture. What did he do with PAPD indicators and target there? Because he didn't even know he was there fighting his boss. He's right. We are looking extra. He was there fighting. I was going there making peace every day. The president talking from there and brought him to Justice Ministry. He was there fighting against. So how will he understand what the PAPD?
Okay, thanks. So kindly, Benedict Coluba, but let's take a few others from the public. Welcome. Let's hear you from this end quickly.
Hello, Julian.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, quickly.
Julian, thank you for the present of the law. That was okay, ma. Very important. Former revolution, the great. You see, some of the things that we the Liberia will look into and will go against it. They take a platform for all the past. You cannot compare the government with the power government. So back the problem in power now. He cannot bring nothing. He said, oh, yeah, he said, they were on it. If people were doing something, but the people said, no. I know I am not going to give me they work. Let us do the work for the Liberia. You cannot do comparison with the government. You think I don't go down the face of dinner in the council of more. Not about the dinner in the council of more. And they can all get in the council side of Judah,
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's go international. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. My name is Masako, and I come from Rescue Center.
Go ahead.
There's few things about Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray, I just want to ask you this question. Is it not prudent enough for you guys to look in George Weah's face and tell him, hey, your lifestyle is not a lifestyle of a president. Can you just step away and turn the party over to somebody else? Is it really hard? And then to Councilor Stewart, you know, Councilor Stewart, when I listened to you, you read what you wrote yesterday, I was like, yeah, this is another pathway great space, yeah. They put to change agenda. As soon as the king doesn't go in that favor, they put to change agenda. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. We can't take more. Sorry, folks. Next week we will have him here for a part 2. It really deserves it. There's a whole lot of things. I said next week. Yes, just 30 seconds.
We should look in the face of President Weah. He should look in the face of President Boyka and tell him that he lives on left support. Constitutionally, he has issues. Okay, so as a result of that, he shouldn't be president of the Republic of Liberia. People living on left support tell him you should not even vote for him. The other point here is that, look, I salute Sifa when he says CDC is the way of life. The councillor has nowhere to go. He will be home. He will come home. Okay? Though he still contradicted himself when you even ask him, say, oh, I talk about voting against China for France and America. You know America ally is France. So that argument, he doesn't understand the intricacy of diplomacy and foreign policy and relationships.
Thanks so kindly.
Now, but no, not Judas. Then I wanted to say to the guy, who talking about President Weah was building, President Boyka upgraded a house over $500,000, right? Rehab. By this time,
who gave you the estimate?
Who
gave you the figures?
By this time, President Boyka had bought 2 lesser vehicles for 1.something million United States dollars.
Well,
by this time,
you know the Lexus car. But thanks so kindly.
No, you know the
Trust me,
Lexus.
next week
you want to
we're
call
doing
up
part 2 Tuesday.
$10 million property in Foya.
Thanks.
Oh, you broke the story about the property in Foya. You broke the story.
I wish are you now, me or you saying OKFM? Which one?
You Judas Jet or OKFM.
No, I mean,
you Judas Jet talk about it.
How you say I break story? I don't know, but I beg you, don't put me. That's how we go. The news is up next. My name is Julius Jet. Next week we will have him here for a part 2. We got to roll over a whole lot of these issues. The news is up.